Yes, well, I'll certainly do that. Yes. Definitely. Well, yes. Well, I'll see you on Monday then, eh? Yes, good night. Bye. Finally, I can have a moment alone with you. You know that Mr. Jackson, he is a strange kind of fellow, but I'll say it once more. No, he's not coming back, is he? So, how has your holiday been? I must say, you never seem to not surprise me with your outfits. Before we continue on our chit-chatting, I think that by now you know the menu, right? I mean, we've seen each other now for, well, how many times? It was quite some time, anyway. It is now January already, in the year 1921. Can you believe it? You know, whenever I mark my calendars or my letters, I still tend to write 1920. Anyway, they do have a very nice new liquor, and perhaps you would like to try that. I've only had it once before on the New Year's reception here. Pity you couldn't make it though. I phoned you, didn't I? Well, just have a look. Yes, it's cold, isn't it? And have you seen the snowfall goodness means? Yes. It was really good. Well, of course, not really good, but to be quite fair, if I can, absent myself from my work, I would. Now, have you made a selection? That is lovely. Well, yes, yes, I'll have the same. Thank you. Well, of course, I take this menu card with me. Perhaps I'll be this drunk when we're finished that I'll forget the name of this new drink. That's clever of me, isn't it? So, I want you, of course, to tell me everything that has happened while I didn't see you over the Christmas holidays and the New Year's Eve, of course. very much. Yes, thank you. I don't have any spare pennies on me, but I won't give them a tip either. So, of course, pardon me the interruption of speaking to Mr. Jackson, but I hear your new year has been good, or at least I hope so. Well, between you and me, mine was, well, it was good. But I have, of course, heard some things, as I tend to hear sometimes, you know. And, oh wait. Have you got any smokes on you? Me neither. Oh, I had, but no, I haven't. Yes, can we both have a packet of smoke? Yes, for me, and for the right honourable guest in front of me. Well, I would say cheers to you and to our company, and to the fact that we are once more able to chat up, and of course to the new year, 1921. Cheers. That is good. That is good. Well, yes. So, I shall begin with a sad announcement. Of course, I think you heard of Lady Sybil's death. Yes. Well, as you know, I am, well, a cousin of theirs, 4 times removed, but still, you know, I was sad to receive the invitation. Really, I was. Well, anyway. But, when it comes to the Crawley family, I have some other nice stories I think you'd like. Well, to begin, when last we spoke, you know, of course, I told you about Rose McClare. Well, she's my cousin too, 5 times removed. Well, so, of course, I told you about her, and about her latest missteps. But over the course of the Christmas holidays, and over the course of the New Year, I did receive some letters from people here in the club, from people outside the club, from people everywhere in the British and London's high society members, which I'm proud to present that we are notably a part of. Well, there's been talk of you too, you know. It isn't bad talk, not at all. It's just that we have been marked as a sort of duo. The British High Society Gossip Duo, as the club would sometimes refer to us. But after everything that I've gone through, I must say my reputation is, so far, already a bit, well, what's the word? My reputation isn't what it used to be anyway. Where was I? Oh yes, of course. Lady Tags𝜗𝜚. So, I received a letter from one of my friends, who is also a friend of the Crawley family, and a friend of Lord Grantham and his daughters, and Lady Grantham and the Dowager Countess, you know, the entire deal. And he sent me a letter explaining that Matthew Crawley, who is, of course, as you probably know, married to Lady Crawley now, Mrs. Crawley, Lady Mary is her name. She, as well as Matthew, went down to London to do some things that I think are a bit unspeakable in this place. They did something there. I'll tell you somewhere else. But Rose was with them too, or at least with Matthew. The funny thing is, actually, Matthew didn't know that Lady Mary was there. Lady Mary didn't know that Matthew was there. Turns out that while they were having dinner, Rose told them she was going off somewhere. You know, I don't know. I don't care where she's going to. But I would want you to guess where she went. Do you know? She went to a jazz club. She went to a jazz club in London, where they're all swingy and dancing. I would never like to be seen in one of those. Now this, the Royal Hillcrest, is a fine, calm, peaceful society with only the most memorable members of the London's high society, like I just said. But Rose McClare, can you believe it? Rose McClare in a jazz club. And she was caught too by Matthew. So, if I believe the story is as I'm about to tell you, the butler of Lord Grantham's sister came in as they were having dinner, and apparently he told them that a cab driver was waiting for them, waiting to tell them something. So, of course, he walked in the dining room and he told them that he had to drop off Rose at some club. So, what do you think Matthew does? He gathers everyone. Oh, and Lady Edith was there too. So, three of them go to this club. Well, I've never been to such a club. I don't know what such clubs are about. I don't know what such jazz clubs. Well, I can pretend to not notice the things that happen in such a club, but between you and me, and promise you I won't tell it to anyone. But did you ever go to such a club? A jazz club? With all those girls in, what was it called, a flapper dress? Well, anyway, as I said, I don't care what it is they do there. But Rose McClare was there, like I said. In a flapper dress, with her hair all curled up, and it was all very extravagant, you know. And they found her there dancing with a man who was married. Can you believe it? Rose McClare dancing with a man who was married. I would never. I know you wouldn't too. Oh, and at least if we did, we would at least make sure that the gossip about it would not spread farther than this own room. Well, anyway. So, they confronted dear old Rose, and eventually she left, and that was when I thought the story came to an end. But it turned out the letter didn't end there. So I read on, and with each line my suspicion grew. For later this month, she was caught. You know, I'm not entitled to say this at all. So I need you to promise me that you won't say a word about this. Alright? So she was seen with a native man. Not that I have anything against that, but she was seen with a native man. Well, she, of course, Rose, still hasn't married anyone. She was seen in a boat somewhere in a canal or a river, kissing and flirting and having a picnic of some sort. Yes, that's precisely what I mean. It's ridiculous, don't you think? So, that's what I mean. Rose McClare. She has completely deserted any of her family's respect, and I most certainly think that the name Crawley, and definitely the name McClare, is, well, discredited of some sort. Have you also heard the trouble that is with Rose's mother and father? Well, it was in some kind of magazine a few weeks ago. Yes. Well, it was something about them having a fight. You know, he apparently is some sort of lord. I don't know whether he is a lord or a duke. Do you know what he is? No, well, me neither. But he apparently is some sort of notable. And apparently they are trying to file for divorce. That's bad, isn't it? Divorce. Well, as long as I live, I would never see my name being discredited with the name of divorce. Yes. What do you think of this? Of course, Rose McClare is, well, she's gone wild. Yes, you're right. Robin and Rolf. Of course, I told you about Robin and Jack and their, shall I say, funny little ending. Oh, you need a little brightening up. Well, Jack was engaged to Robin, and Robin was engaged to Jack. Then I was here with Dickie, my brother. I saw Jack do things with another woman, and then I told Robin, and they had a fight, and apparently Jack forgave him. Then they had their wedding, but just as they were about to exchange the vows, Ralph got up from the middle of the church and proclaimed his love to Robin. A scandal. You know, they're still talking about it now. Yes, really they are. I bet you take a listen now, really carefully, about everyone chatting about here. I'm sure that there will be someone who is still talking about the scandal of Robin and Jack. Well, Robin's my cousin, for goodness sakes. This concerns me too, and you too, for you are sat at the same table as I am. Anyway, I'll take all the blame for this humbug, by the way. So, then, Robin and Jack's service at the church was stopped, and a few weeks later, now a year later almost, Jack doesn't see Robin anymore. You know, he's off flirting with some other cheap bird he could find in cheap corners of a cheap club where they sell cheap beer. But Robin is now engaged with Ralph, and they are soon to be wed. So, yes, they are doing very nice, yes. Oh, about the Winslow case, no, that's all settled. About Kate and Sir Robert? Oh, well, about Kate and Sir Robert, of course. Now, I wasn't there the day they last spoke, but they have been seeing each other for quite some time, since the verdict, and since my dear brother Ronnie was proven innocent. So, well, yeah, of course, the Winslow case is closed, but Christmas, can you believe my darling Kate didn't spend Christmas at our house? No. She went to Sir Robert. And he was all alone in that big house. Yes, he lives in London. So, the entire family is quashed up at mother's and father's back in Wimbledon, while Kate is off to Robert's. Of course, we could have seen it coming, you know. I mean, you've met Kate once, too. You know, I'm quite sure she fancies Sir Robert. By the way, what is just the alcohol? Might I be so rude as to ask, when are you going to find someone? Oh, you would too? Oh. Oh, well. Forgive me for asking. No, Kate and Sir Robert are doing well. You know what kind of well I mean. Don't look. I said don't look. No. You know who that is. You remember her, don't you? Adeline. What a ridiculous woman. The stories I have about her. She was seen with a friend of mine a few weeks prior, and they were having a wonderful time, having a few drinks. You know, when the woman is sober, she's reasonable, she's to talk with, but like right now, she's one of those types that Rose McClure would be friends with. Ridiculous. I mean, look at those curls. What is she even wearing? It almost looks like an ostrich. Anyway, she was seen with a friend of mine, and well, she took a cab to her apartment, or in whatever hole she lives, and well, that friend of mine didn't leave her apartment till the morning. Forgive me for speaking of this topic, but of course, she's ridiculous. So, apart from all this gossip, can I ask you some other questions? Like, for instance, what are you going to do this year? Do we have anything special on mind? Oh, well, that sounds exciting, don't you think? Well, we'll see. But, yes, I was just about to say that. As you know, last I told you that I was getting rather bored of this ocean liner business. And, we are currently looking to sell the company and to start our own film production company. Of course, I know making films is, well, a petty task. But once you learn, it will be easy, you know. So, I have already last time made some inquiries about a few people of this club who know something of filmmaking, and perhaps I could one day make a few pictures that respond surprisingly well to this club and the people that live here. Well, not live, you know. I'll have another look at the menu. Maybe there is something in there. Oh, do tell me what happened. Oh, really? Did they really? Why do you tell me now? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Well, you've been busy over the holidays, haven't you? Tell me more about what happened. Yes. Oh. That's good. That's good. My mind. You have indeed been busy. I ordered the same. Or should you like anything else? we could also order some refreshments. By the way, when we go back home, do I need to drop you off? No, my chauffeur's waiting outside, poor man. Out in the snow. Can you believe it? Well, he's getting paid, so who cares? Yes, I would like to talk to some other folk too. Just to hear some more gossip. And then, of course, once we're finished, I could, of course, drop you off. Certainly. Long live the alcoholic refreshments. I've heard that the small sandwiches, the very, very little small sandwiches, are really good here. About going to a jazz club sometimes. Goodness, you know me, darling. I am not going to go to a jazz club, really. No. This is fine. Or perhaps, if I should hide my identity, go by another name, we could perhaps go to one of these jazz clubs sometimes. I bet the gossip there is way better than in this posh society. I say, here come our drinks. Should we perhaps find someone to dance and have a lovely, lovely rest of our evening? I thought so too. Well, it was nice to chat with you once more, and of course, like I said, I'll drop you off.